Man, I don't know what the NBA cooked up today, but holy shit, what a 9-game slate of hoops we had tonight. We saw multiple 40-point games, multiple game winners, and some crazy stat lines on just a regular season night. Hello everyone and welcome back to Step Back with Zach, and in today's one I'm going to do a real quick recap of the insanity that happened tonight in the NBA. First off, I'm going to start with the Los Angeles Lakers and the Charlotte Hornets game. Luka Doncic, of course, put up an absolute clinic, scoring 38 points, grabbing 6 rebounds, and having 7 assists, to go along with 2 steals on an overall pretty efficient night for him. Again, struggled from threes. He shot 5 for 15, but overall an incredible performance from Luka Doncic. Austin Reeves in his return put up 24 points. However, the unsung hero for the LA Lakers in this one was Rui Hachimura, who scored 21 points overall, but had 13 of those 21 in the third quarter alone, shooting 5 for 5 from the field and going 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. Marcus Smart even made 3 3-pointers in this game, and that's crazy for him. He made incredible hustle plays. I was wrong about you, Marcus Smart. I was really wrong about you. You've been incredible to watch so far this season. DeAndre Ayton was 7 for 10 from the field for 14 points. I thought Jake LaRavia was pretty subpar in this game, though. And then we go over to the Charlotte Hornets side. Miles Bridges finishes this game with 34 points, 16 of which came in the first quarter, where he shot 6 for 6 from the field and 4 for 4 from beyond the arc. Rookie Concanapple scores 19 points, grabs 10 rebounds, and drops 9 assists in a very near triple-double. Moussa Diabate has, from this game alone, become one of my favorite role players in the league. That dude was sticking it to Luka Doncic on the perimeter. He was blocking shots. He was active. He was doing everything. What a game from Moussa Diabate. What a game between these two teams. Next up, we have the San Antonio Spurs taking on the Chicago Bulls in Chicago. In this one, Chicago was without Josh Giddey. However, the rest of the players really stepped up in his absence. You had Ayo Dosunmu and Trey Jones both go off for 20 points each, and Kevin Huerter had 23 points himself on 4 for 9 shooting from beyond the arc. Jalen Smith was incredible in this game. Definitely a very big overall effort from these Chicago Bulls. But ultimately, the San Antonio Spurs walked away with a 121-117 win, thanks to a heroic fourth quarter from Victor Wembanyama, who dropped 18 of his 38 points in the fourth quarter alone and went on a personal 10-0 run in the fourth quarter. He finishes with a total stat line of 38 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, and 5 blocks, along with 3 turnovers. He also finishes shooting 6 for 9 from 3. Incredible efficiency from him. He is now the first player in NBA history, I feel like we've said this a lot for Victor Wembanyama, who has recorded a game scoring 35 plus, grabbing 10 plus rebounds, dishing out 5 plus assists, blocking 5 plus shots, and hitting 5 plus 3-pointers in a single game. Shout out Victor Wembanyama. On an overall night where the Spurs shot 10 for 33 from the field, this was a very promising thing for Wembanyama to go 6 for 9 from 3. He hit 2 absolute daggers right in front of Nikola Vucevic on back-to-back plays. Incredible game from him. Next, I want to go to the Detroit Pistons versus the Washington Wizards, in which was one of the most intense games on the night. This game went into overtime with the Pistons coming in winning 6 straight. However, Detroit does end up walking away with a very close 137-135 victory. In it, Cade Cunningham drops a 46-point, 12-rebound, 11 assists, along with 5 steals, triple-double. And you're probably thinking, wow, that's a lot of points. He did it on 45 shots. He was 14 for 45 from the field and 16 for 18 from the free throw line. Jalen Duren contributed a nice double-double himself, scoring 19 points and grabbing 14 rebounds. And then Javonte Green also put up a nice double-double, scoring 11 points and 11 rebounds. Dennis Jenkins was a bright spot for the Detroit Pistons, where he scored 24 points off the bench. And you're probably thinking, who is that guy? If I'm being honest, I didn't know who that was either before this game. And then we go over to the Washington Wizards, where we saw CJ McCollum drop 42 points himself on a much more efficient 14 for 25 from the field. Alex Sarr had a monster double-double, grabbing 15 rebounds along with scoring 15 points. Very intense game, obviously came down to the wire. The Wizards had the lead for a little bit, but Detroit was ultimately able to come back and grab the win. Then I want to move on to the Orlando Magic Portland Trailblazers game, where once again we saw a very close game where the Orlando Magic end up winning 115 to 112 on a Desmond Bane heavily contested fadeaway three-point shot from the right wing at the buzzer. Leading the way for the Magic was Paolo Banchero, who scored 28 points on 10 for 18 shooting, but we don't care about that right now. Desmond Bane, what a shot from you. Shout out Desmond Bane, crazy finish to this game. It was close a lot of the way through. The Magic did build a good lead at one point, but Portland was able to come back. However, Desmond Bane was able to ice the game on that three. Shaedon Sharpe probably had the most efficient game of his season so far, scoring 31 points on 12 for 18 shooting and going 3 for 5 from downtown. Shout out Shaedon Sharpe. Ultimately though, you weren't able to get the win. Sorry, mate. Incredible game, especially down the stretch. Then we had probably one of the most ridiculous games I have seen all season between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Miami Heat, where we saw the Miami Heat winning 140 to 138 in overtime. Before I get on to what an incredible finish to this game we had, I want to talk about the fact that Cleveland grabbed an absolutely insane 34 offensive rebounds. Evan Mobley had 8, Donovan Mitchell had 5, and Jalen Tyson also had 5. Donovan Mitchell, though, finishes this game with 28 points, 15 rebounds as a 6'1 guard, and 8 assists. Stormin' Norman Powell led the way for the Miami Heat, dropping 33. But what a finish to this game. We saw an insane play by Donovan Mitchell to recover the Sam Merrill missed three. He soars that offensive rebound, grabs it, runs out, almost steps out of bounds, runs all the way out to the left corner and bombs a huge game-tying three towards the end of overtime with 0.4 seconds left on the clock. After the shot goes in, he shoots it over Kalal, where soars up and goes down. And it was an incredible shot. And I was like, okay, we're going to double overtime. What a shot from Donovan Mitchell. However, Erik Spoelstra, Nikola Jovic, and Andrew Wiggins had a different idea. What an incredible out-of-bounds play drawn up by Erik Spoelstra. We had Andrew Wiggins slip past his defender for a wide-open alley-oop dunk to win the game at the buzzer. Shout out the Miami Heat. What an incredible finish to this game. And then next, I want to talk about the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Dallas Mavericks, where we saw another close game, this one being decided by 2 points, where we saw the Bucks ultimately walking away with a 116 to 114 win, which was Cooper Flagg's best game by far, in my opinion. However, unfortunately for him, it wasn't able to lead the Mavericks to a win. Pretty controversial ending though. I thought Cooper Flagg was fouled by Kuzma with a little push, but however, he did slip after trying to get the ball from the inbounder on that very last play, and Kuzma was able to get it, break away to seal the game. Very unfortunate for the Dallas Mavericks in this one. Another very intense battle today. Then, I'm not going to lie, I haven't really tuned into this game. I'm going to box score watch this one. And although James Harden finishes with a 35, 10 rebound, 11 assist triple-double, it is not enough for the LA Clippers to beat the short-handed Atlanta Hawks, who ultimately walk away with a 105 to 102 victory. Vic Krejci, off the bench, finishes with 30 points on 9 for 13 shooting and 8 for 10 from 3. Hero game from him, legacy game from him. John Collins has been kind of ass for this LA team. I'm not going to lie. Step it up, John. Step it up. I'm not going to talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves Utah Jazz game because I didn't watch this one. I know nothing about it. It wasn't a super close game. It was a 120 to 113 victory for Minnesota, so shout out them. Finally, to end it off, the Phoenix Suns absolutely smoke the New Orleans Pelicans, winning 121 to 98. Grayson Allen, what a legacy game from him, scoring 42 points on 12 for 17 from the field and 10 for 15 from 3, which sets a franchise record for the Phoenix Suns, and this is a career high points for Grayson Allen, and I'm assuming a career high for 3-point makes as well. He was also 8 for 10 from the free throw line, so I'm going to assume he's got a really good true shooting percentage for this game. I'm not going to assume, he definitely does. I can't find it. I can't be bothered doing the math to try and calculate it. What a game from Grayson Allen in this one. Devin Booker only dropped 19 points. They didn't need him to do anymore because Grayson Allen decided to turn into Jesus for this game. I don't know what the NBA cooked up today, but we had 6 out of the 9 games decided by 4 points or less. We had 2 buzzer-beating game winners from Desmond Bane of the Orlando Magic and Andrew Wiggins of the Miami Heat. And as I said, crazy scoring numbers, crazy stat lines, crazy outcomes. What a night for the NBA, and I'm hoping we get more nights like this. Shout out the league, shout out everybody that played tonight, and I can't wait to see what we have in store going on. We're only 11 games into the season. What a way to start the NBA season, everybody. Shout out all of you. Thank you so much for watching. That's all from me. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one.